Well, howdy folks, Locking Day. So on today, we're going to be getting into a little bit of shed hunting. First shed hunt of the year. So, got a big farm, got a lot of bucks to look for. Hopefully we find. Alright y'all, well, shed hunted this farm for the past 10 years. And I believe I found one shed and one deadhead in 10 years on this entire farm. It's like 400 acres. And my grandfather found a shed, so that's the only 2 sheds I know of that's ever been found on this farm. 2 deadheads. I forgot about the little 4th one. So, hopefully our luck will change today. But got my tracks on. I want to just gonna try to cover the best spots on this farm and go from there. But we're gonna do a little point system today. So a bone is 1 point. A shed is 5, and just any type of skulls will give 2 points, and something like rare cool, which we'll figure that out when the time comes, we'll do like 3 points, but a shed will be top. So hopefully we can find something, and I'm just gonna do this in my videos, my shed hunt videos for this year, kind of do a point system, and see what we can make happen. So it's right up here by this road, and the deer sheds that I have found have been right here at the road. So we'll see what happens. All right, y'all. Well, I seen this from the road when I was coming here. Old doe skull. That was the one that got hit last year. Well, there we go. That's 2 points. But this farm has kind of always been cursed in my eyes. So last year there was about 104. Well, he ended up scoring a 141. But it was 140 some inch 2-year-old. So he was a freaking giant for a 2-year-old. I mean, just a heck of a deer all the way around. And y'all know, sure enough, what happened. Got hit by a car. I ended up finding him dead. And in the process of that, this year, another really big deer got hit up here. So that's 2 years worth of big deer off of this farm that got taken out by cars. So that makes it really hard on this farm. But I know one deer in particular that I want to find. I should have killed the deer, but it was just one of those, like, had bigger deer to chase. He was about 150, 140 inch 8-pointer. I'd really like to find his sheds. And it's a pile of little scrub bucks on this farm that I passed and seen on camera and all type of stuff. So we'll see what we can make happen. That's a bone of some sort. Well, just a random old bone. That'll be 1 point. Well, see if we can find it. If y'all can't tell, my shed hunting skills are just either absolutely horrible or the deer just don't shed on my farms. I mean, like, the other year, I walked in 40-some miles, and I think I found one shed. So I just don't know if I just don't see them. If I walk over them, like, I have no idea. But, I mean, this year, I waited till every buck that I know of has dropped his horn. It's a little bit harder because it's greener, but that ought to help if every deer is dropped. So, maybe that'll give us a little, first got a deer. Thought it was an oldie sticking up. Alright, y'all, well, one buck I would like to find on this farm was a buck I shot this year during bow season. It was a velvet buck. And, sadly, very sadly, I shoulder punched him. But I would love to be able to find those sheds. Even though I didn't get his deer until I could get his horns. And if he did happen to die, I mean, I got him on camera like 2 weeks later, but that doesn't mean anything. Infection or something could have got in him, he still could have died. But hopefully he's still alive and we can find his horns. But check through the bedding area decently. I still want to go around the back side of it. But I just kind of scanned around this field and I don't see nothing. So we're going to go on to the next field and check them out. Alright, y'all, well, there's that. Doesn't look too awfully old, but that was later than the log. That's pretty cool. Still no shed. Alright, found another jawbone. Oh, can't ever find any deer sheds, but hey, something's better than that. I don't know why that scared me so bad. I looked up and I seen glimpses of, oh, there's another jawbone. That's a doe I shot like 4 years ago. And then I found her like 2 years later. But either way, I just caught a glimpse of something. I was like, just made me jump. And it ended up being a deer. So there we go. 3 deer. Alright, so well, I did find a fox den. It's pretty fresh too. Well, that's pretty cool. Now I know that's there. Maybe one day I'll come by and be a deer shed laying in it. That would be really cool. Alright, so well, another bone. Not a shed. Alright, so well, that might be a shed right there. Really hope so. Well, nope, not a shed. Oh yeah. Another freaking bone. Alright, so well, found some more bones. Pretty sure it's a turkey. But here we go. Alright, y'all, I'm standing here. I'm about to pull out my jacket and put that on. And I'm about to get crashed by a whole herd of deer come through here. They went everywhere. Look at this. Are you I passed that buck. Are you serious? Man, what the frick? There's no way I can get to it. Yes, I finally found one. 4 miles for that. Well, y'all, 4 miles in. I don't know. There's no way I can get to that. It is through this huge fence. Oh, well, I might be able to fish it out of there, but that is nuts. 4 miles in, we found a monster. I knew it, y'all. I did get something just felt right, though. Because the whole way through here, I kept telling myself, it just feels like it's meant to be for me to go through here. It feels like there's a shed here. Something in my gut was just telling me there was a shed here. So, we're gonna continue looking. And it's about to get dark, so I gotta hurry up my mission. But I'm pretty sure I spotted another one down here. Awesome. Alright, y'all, well, hope I enjoyed today's video. So, this is a shed I found the other day. Actually, this deer had been shot. Y'all can see there's a bullet stuck in its horn. That's what we was hoping to find. There was a buck up there, fairly close to this one, but a little bit bigger. And y'all seen all we found was a little, like, one-horn buck. So that buck I did let go with the bow. Back in bow season, he'd come in, I grunted him in, he'd come under my tree 5 yards. Yeah, well, I could have dumped that deer. But I was looking for something bigger, and the deer ended up passing that evening, got killed like a week later. So yeah, that buck's still alive. He's only on one horn. I guess we'll know if he's back next year. But all that, I walked 4 miles to find one shed, and I know of at least 15 or 16 different bucks on that property. It is what it is, but might do a little more shed hunting, probably not. But either way, don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.